What up? Y'all know what it is. Your boy Big Boosie, man. Street Knowledge Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that like button. Hit that like button on the comment, man. Hit that like button. Hit the notification button so you'll know when I'm up here, man. I wanted to come up here real quick, play some devil advocate and see where a lot of people attention span is, because they got this snitch rat thing all over the place. We seen the Maino interview with him and Vlad. And, I don't know where Vlad was trying to go at with it to see what Maino was going to say. But, 50 Cent say New York ninjas don't take a liking to people that would do Crime Stopper stuff to stop snitching, or is it snitching? So, Maino was like confused because he couldn't remember the commercial. I ain't going to lie, I couldn't remember the commercial either. And I didn't understand exactly what T.I. was saying. Now, Vlad played it for Maino, and I understood clearly what T.I. had said in that actual commercial, the Crime Stopper commercial. And, there's a difference in snitching, being an undercover agent, being a CI. It's different things with that, different ones. Even with dudes that just get out and tell on somebody to get paid for a check, and they ain't even under no pressure with going to jail no more. But a lot of people got this snitching thing. They'll say anything is a snitch. Never been in the streets, nothing. They just following and sit behind their keypads and pressing buttons and calling somebody a rat and a snitch. Don't even know the real meaning of what a snitch is. And even some street dudes that know what snitching is, when you do a crime with a person, so you tell so you don't go to jail, you send that other person to jail. That's the main one. Then there's other people saying that when you testify against a person, if they did something to you, and you testify, you're supposed to be a street dude, you're supposed to handle it. Which is, I agree with that, totally. If a person don't handle it, and they call him a street, and he was a street dude and all that, to me, either you were scared because you scared to handle the beef in the street, and or they might have their own other reasons. I don't know. But you're supposed to handle it in the street. There's no way around it. If you was a street dude, handle it in the street. Don't get on the stand. Things of that nature. That's a whole nother conversation. But earlier today, Zip was giving Maino his props and all that, but then he also spoke about that Maino was wrong about T.I. with him doing the Crime Stopper thing, and Zip had a good point to a certain degree, because he's saying, look, man, if I would have robbed a bank or something, or I seen somebody, if he wouldn't rob the bank, no. Basically said, if he was on trial, he wouldn't want to be seeing nobody coming in there testifying against him. That's a fact. I respect that. And then he said, if he seen somebody robbing a bank or robbing anybody, a bodega, I can't remember exact words, and they find out who it was Zip in there that might have witnessed it, they get his number to call him to come down and testify. He said he wouldn't be with that. I agree with that as well. When you're in the streets, if I seen somebody rob a bank and all that, I'm minding my business. Because we know we got to be outside, and when you're on the streets and you doing dirt, why would you be telling on somebody else doing dirt? So Zip is always right about that. Now, the thing with T.I. though, it was different. It was the bullets and all that. Like T.I. said, he said the bullets was really meant for him, but it hit his homeboy, and his homeboy passed away. So the comparison that Zip did was just a little different. But I agree with it with all the other stuff that he said. But the comparison to how T.I. did it, and I ain't saying what T.I. did was right, but I do want to ask y'all one question. When you are a rapper now and your face all over the world, even though you used to be a street dude, and you might rap about your old street stuff in the past, how you used to move and maneuver and all that. Not just saying, yo, I'll bust your head when I see you, this, that. And you ain't really talking like that, but you know, some of the artists that was in the street tell stories when they used to be in the street, but they're not still living up to the street stigma and all that. But now they are doing music, doing all the right things. But then you get these guys that want to test them when they see them in the club, want to rob them, wait for them outside. They don't, the rapper don't even know if they waiting for them outside, if they don't make their presence known. Only thing they know that they are under attack is when the person actually jump out and attack and catch them off guard. And so now once they catch them off guard, they security can't move the correct way, or things all over the place, and somebody might get hit like T.I. Boy did, got hit. So now they face all over the place. The smoke clearing now. They find out who did what, who ambushed them and all that. So drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think that the rapper now that left the world alone is. So now he need to get back in the streets and find these guys, get his team together, or find them by himself and go find these guys and put their dicks in the dirt. Knock one of them off, or knock whoever off they need to. So now they need to, like a T.I. now should have just been on a mission, looking for the guys that shot his van up, rolled up on him out of surprise. They was just chilling, talking, leaving the venue. The guy car pull up right up on him and just start shooting out of nowhere. Boop, 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 boop. Long story short, they find out who did it or whatever. We don't know how the police find out, but according to that story, the police found out on their own through investigation and all that. It wasn't like T.I. one of them told, like, it was so-and-so, it was so-and-so. And Maino did say T.I. was on the stand, but he didn't point the person out. They said he told his story. So let me know what y'all think about that, him telling the story, and he didn't point a person out. Is telling the story the same as pointing the person out? I mean, I think it would be. But if he didn't see, because he was in his van, who did it, then he probably wouldn't be able to point the person out. He could just tell the story of how it happened to him, and maybe the police had the surveillance cameras or whatever, or somebody else telling on the guy, whatever. But he understands speaking about it, but he didn't point a person out if he didn't actually see who came, pulled up on the side of it, and start shooting. What y'all think? So once T.I. did find out who it was, if the guy did get out on bail or whatever, should he went looking for him? Should any rapper for that case that's left the streets alone, ain't in it, but they tell their street stories, or they might not tell street stories. So if they was in the streets, that means they cannot have a choice to testify or not. They gotta go ahead and take the stand. I mean, they gotta go ahead and just say who might have did it, if they choose to. If they don't choose to go the street route, because they figured, man, my face all over videos everywhere, commercials, this, that. One little person see me, I'm done. Or should they just leave it alone? Their friend is dead or gone, or they loved one, family member dead or gone. If they feel they can't get in the street, just leave it alone. Like, this be the tricky part about this stuff. Now, the other thing, the twist to it is, should the people that attack celebrities, knowing that their face is all over the place, knowing that the playing field is not even, because if the playing field was even, it would be considered them doing it to a person that is a street dude, that don't have their face all over the place, that do have a gangster credit or a card just like them. knowing they could get back at them and it won't, you know, the police will have to solve it. Not with a person with a face all over the place and, you know, how people all over the, excuse me, all over the internet now typing up everything. Oh, I could tell how he walked. That was T.I. Or I could tell how he walked. That was Young Thug or whoever. Just naming names. You tell the body structure, start leading the police into the right direction. Easier for a rapper to get caught. So the rules is you can't testify if one of your loved ones get killed after a person just straight up ambush you. You ain't thinking nothing of it. And they get a pass for ambushing a celebrity instead of out in the streets ambushing. I respect dudes, because when I was coming up, I respect dudes that used to walk up to people and tell them, yo, dog, have this money for me, dog, this, that, straight up. If not, it's going to be a problem. If they don't pay the money, then they end up popping one of their friends or something like that. Tell them, I told you, that's an example. Next one going to be you. Have that money for me every week. You know, I respect dudes that do that. Not sneak attack dudes, especially sneak attack people when the playing field ain't fair. Because now they got everything against them. Not being a snitch. Face on everything, and they can't really get back at the person the way they want to. If they hire the wrong person to get at them, they might tell on them and then it come back to them. Opposed to one of their homeboys, even though homeboys tell on you, but everybody got that one good friend that went and did dirt with him and they never spoke upon nothing. I know a few that went down and never spoke about nothing. It's a few still around. But now, in the joint with T.I., but y'all let me know, y'all drop comments on that, man, because it's kind of like, it's very biased. And a lot of these so-called gangsters is running up, robbing rappers with their chains and holding it up. And yeah, I got your chain now. That's telling too. Like, you got the chain now, now if something happened to you, I don't even knock you off. Somebody else knock you off because something you done before. Being that you hold a chain up the day before you get knocked off, they gonna come and lock me up. Well, the rapper up. Because they gonna say you sent somebody. After they held the chain up, you sent somebody. They don't got no evidence of the person that might have knocked them off after they held your chain up. The person did it smooth and got away with it. Only suspect gonna be is the rapper. So is that kind of considered like, yeah, you snitching to keep the meat off your ass now? Because the police now know about it because I got your chain. Or the world talking about it, so the police gonna know about it because police watch these joints too. So niggas like that be doing these sucker robberies and these sucker shooting and unaliving people and all that, they get a pass. The door wide open for them to do stuff to people. That's crazy. That's very logical thinking right now. But nobody ain't paying that no attention. Everybody want to just put things up under the comment and, you know, assassinate a person's character and all that. But it's crazy to me. How the playing field is easy for somebody to stick somebody up now and be holding the chain and basically calling the person soft, knowing that if the person wasn't in this rap world, y'all wouldn't do that. We'll never see them holding and dangling up chains of dudes that's in these streets for real, and they are not rappers, but we see a lot of them that be in these clubs that's real street dudes with jewelry on just like rappers that will get at dudes. We don't see none of their chains get held up. And if so, put it in the comments. And niggas could get right at them. And they ain't got to worry about their face plasters over everywhere. A regular ass fan see him creeping somewhere. Might bump into you. Might be sitting at a store watching, wait for the dude, because he be at that other store across the street. You just cross the street waiting. A fan walk by looking like, yo, that looked like that was T.I. right there. What? He look like he up to something. Oh, well, they keep it moving later. They heard about gunshots, this, that, and then they say, oh, T.I. was in that vicinity earlier, then there's a lead right there. That's just how stupid this is, man. That's how stupid this is. And it's like, yo, Why nobody get at these dudes that do sucker robberies? There should be a ban and a ban and a rule against that in the rule book. The same way as a rule, don't rob people if they with their girl or their kids and all that, which a lot of people been violating that rule too. But these stick up dudes don't get no flack from it. When they go to jail, they should be getting their heads smacked for doing sucker moves. So that's a sucker move. Real men do real things, man. And that ain't real things. Who get passes for that? Y'all too busy worried about calling a rapper a sucker because he popular and want to tear down each other out here, tear down each other's careers and all that. Like, it's stupidity. And it begins with the suckers that jump out a sneaker person and rob them. That's buck wild. But we're going to listen to what T.I. said real quick on the Crime Stoppers.
You never seen the Crime Stoppers commercial?
What was the commercial?
I'm gonna play the show to you, really.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number of Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIP. Channel 2, community coverage, you can count.
Now, he didn't say my street people, Crime Stoppers. Hold up, let me rewind it. Let me rewind back what I'm saying. Now, he didn't say, no, I'm gonna say what he said. He said this could help our sister, our mothers, our brothers, our fathers with crimes that's committed against them. He didn't say nothing about if you see a person selling drugs, you see a person robbing somebody, which basically that's what that is too. But if you see a person unaliving somebody, he say our sister, mother, brother, father, crimes that's committed against them. So that means you have people that's in their communities that is with cleaning up their community. Some people ain't gonna be the nosy neighbor tell something, but then there's people that will be the nosy neighbor tell something. But if anybody know Tip's story, they know that it was part of his plea agreement to do that commercial. That commercial, if I'm listening to it, I'm a street dude. I know he ain't talking about me. Or, I mean, not about me. I know he ain't talking to me. Because if I see somebody robbing a bank, robbing somebody, I'm minding my business. It is what it is. I ain't with that. Because if you're a street dude or you're doing street stuff, you don't want nobody telling none of your business. You might walk by, drop the burner or drop a pack and a person see it and tell on you, and now you messed up. You wouldn't want that. So that's a fact. Street person walk by, you drop the burner, drop the pack, and he say something about it, then that's considered, yeah, you a rat, dog. You out here in these mean streets doing dirt, doing whatever you doing. Why would you tell what you seen in the next person, male or female, drop a pack or burn or something, and then you tell it? That's not cool. Now, T.I.'s considered a street dude, but to me, y'all can drop a comment. To me, it sounds like he said to civilian people, talking to civilian people, rather, excuse me, in that commercial. Me listening to it, I know he ain't speaking to me. All street people know he ain't saying none of that. So I don't know. It's a gift and a curse with that commercial. Now I want to say one thing to my street dudes. If you see a man beating on a woman, would you assist? I would. I'm gonna go over there myself, but I wouldn't call the police. Now I want to get deeper. To my street people, let me see. I'm gonna give y'all a good example so we can see if if you seen a man raping a woman on the side of the building or something, and he's raping her, and he see you, and then he take off running, and she's crying and hysterical, would you call the police? Or if she called the police after he gets off of her because you seen her, and she called the police, and you stay there and hold her down till the police get there, would you describe the dude? Or would you be like, well, baby girl, I'm in the streets, so I can't really, I don't want to get in the middle of that. I ain't see nothing. It was dark. I couldn't see what he was wearing. I don't know how he looked. Would you do that? Or you just let a rapist go ahead and keep it moving? Because you got a code to uphold. Let me see. Another one. Let me see another one. Somebody was raping one of your family members. You walk in the house. They go out the window. They get away. Nah, that wouldn't be a good example, because if either you know the person is, then you can go get at them, because, yeah, we're going to get at them. Gotta go get at them. But what if you don't know who the person is? Would you describe them when the police come? And you don't know, and your mother don't know, the guy your mother or your sister, whoever is in there, God forbid that ever happens to anybody's mother or sister. God forbid that. But you know how people sit and wait for them and rush them and bum rush them in the house? Things of that nature. What would you do? Or would you say something, or you wouldn't? You wouldn't say that because you were the streets and you just seen them attack your loved one in your house and then got out through the window or whatever. I'm just making examples. I'm just trying to figure how all these new rules come about what a person ain't supposed to do, things of that nature. Like, and once again, the T.I. commercial was saying too about the mothers, the sisters, and I looked at that as like people in the community. I don't look at it as no street people stuff. So like I said, it's a gift and a curse for that commercial to happen, because now everybody got these street rules or rule book of how things supposed to go. So a Crime Stoppers commercial is considered snitching, or a Crime Stopper commercial is telling you to snitch. Or is it telling, being that it is a Crime Stopper, is it speaking to the community, people that's not in the streets? Which one is it? Is it speaking to the people that's in the streets, or is it speaking to people that's not in the streets? But being it's coming from a guy with his tip that was in the streets and was still doing street activity, because he was having all them burners and all that. Give me y'all opinion on it. Drop some in the comments, because this is definitely a gift and a curse. And knowing that it was just something he had to do for his stipulations, which, even though when you are in trouble, you are not supposed to say nothing. You're supposed to go down with your shit, handle your business. And if you go to jail, you go to jail, take it to trial, whatever. So he should have said, Tip said, nah, I ain't doing that commercial. Give me something else to do. So it's a gift of the curse. I wanted to play devil advocate to give y'all all something to think about. I want to see everybody's opinions. Drop some comments on what I just talked about. If you have some more things that you can opinionate on, drop your opinion in the comment section, man. I want to know, because this one here is buck wild. Make me wonder, make me think. So I just wanted to tap in with y'all real quick, man. I got to run around, sitting over here, wait for my homie to pull up. Sitting over here waiting for him to pull up, man. Me and my people's here waiting. We gotta go make some runs around here in these mean streets. But I'll be back. I'll be back at my location, and we'll chop it back up some more, man. I'm at my homie's crib real quick, waiting for our boy to pull up, and then we about to go make some moves. I'll see y'all in a minute. Your boy Big Boosie, salute.